Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and I'm back again with some more Mugen TV news. And today I want to talk about Google Stadia. Now, why I want to talk about Google Stadia, I think it's quite interesting, is because they've been popping up in the media for the past 2 days now, and it seems like a lot of news outlets been covering it, such as Business Week, CNN News, and The Verge, Polygon, and everybody's been talking about what's been going on with this online streaming gaming platform, and that's pretty much is that Google Stadia will no longer be making video games, or their in-house developing studios won't be making any games. They're shutting it down. So it looks like the writing is pretty much certified and written on the wall that Google Stadia might be at the end of its life. But things could change. We don't know. So let's dive right into the article. Now, it looks like from CNN Business, it says Google will stop making video games for its Stadia platform. Now, it says Google will stop making video games less than 2 years after launching its highly publicized Stadia gaming platform. The company is shutting down Stadia Games and Entertainment, which is SG&E, its internal game development service. Phil Harrison, Stadia's vice president and GM, announced in a blog post Monday. Now, it quotes, "Creating best-in-class games from the ground up takes many years and significant investment, and the cost is going up exponentially," Harrison said. He added that the focus will now be on working with external developers to make their games available on Stadia. Overcoming the coming months, most of the SG&E team will be moving on to new roles, he said. Jade Raymond, the executive in charge of SGE, who previously worked at Sony, SNE, Electronic Arts, EA, and of course Ubisoft, will leave Google to pursue other opportunities, Harrison added. So games released by the unit in collaboration with Google partners include Guilt, Outcasters, and Submerged Hidden Depths, and Stadia had also created studios to develop games in-house that will now be shut down. Google did not comment on how many employees will be impacted by the closure. So, everything else is just, them just talking other jargons and stuff like that, and, what they've done, throughout the history, or throughout the time they have pretty much advertised and promoted on Google Stadia. But I do want to say this, that we are moving into, as far as gaming is concerned, we are moving more of it into like a digital era, of gaming. More digital sales are being purchased over top of, the physical copies of games, and we moving into this more digital internet type of age. So streaming will, in my opinion, eventually will become the future, where you're able to stream pretty much anywhere on any device, such as your cell phone, and then of course you got your pads and all these other type of devices that you can pretty much use to be able to play games anywhere. And then you got your smart TVs. So in my opinion, eventually games, or game companies, will pretty much do away with consoles, and eventually everything will be boiled down into a thumb drive, or a thumb drive that you plug into your TV, your smart TV, or your PC, and then you get the subscription service, and then the company will provide you a controller, and you pretty much, that's it. That's all you need to do in order to tap into the gaming infrastructure and everything. And I believe that's where we're going to go in the future. Now, in order for us to get to that point, you have to start somewhere. And I remember when Google Stadia was first announced, I was saying to myself that I believed if Google got into the console race, I thought Google would do pretty well. I mean, they're a software giant. They got money, not Microsoft money, but they do have money. And I thought they would probably compete pretty well. But it looks like they really have no idea, or no plan, or no real streamlined focus of where they want Google Stadia to go. Now, the thing is, like I said before, you have to start somewhere. And I thought it was a pretty good idea when they first made the announcement and they showed off at the press conference of how Google Stadia was going to work. And they did the demonstration of, hey, you can pick up and play on your cell phone. Hey, you can pick up and play on this platform. You can pick up and play on your laptop. We can be able to stream it everywhere. And they bragged about how powerful the servers are going to be, and comparing it to next gen technology and everything. So it looked like it was something, to keep an eye out on. And if you was an investor or you wanted to buy into stock and everything, you would think like, yo, this look really, I'm pretty confident in this. This like a product that's pretty much have a lot of potential to go somewhere. And it looks like that Google had pretty much dropped the ball. But all's not done with streaming on the go with your games, because Microsoft have their cloud service, and from with my homie Nathaniel, he has the Xbox cloud service, and it works really good. And he showed how it worked on his tablet. It showed how it worked. He showed me how it worked on his mobile device, which is like his cell phone and everything. And so it's potential there. The technology is there. It's just how these companies utilize it. And the fact is that now Google Stadia has started on a rocky road with the startup and everything. And I think the biggest thing and their biggest problem was the fact is that who are they marketing it to? And not only that is the fact is that even after you pick up and you purchase the Google Stadia service in this platform, you have to rebuy mostly all of the games again. So if you own like Final Fantasy 15 on like your Xbox or your PlayStation, and if you get Google Stadia, you purchase another platform and another service, and you got to rebuy it again, and none of your progress had carried over. So that was kind of a bummer, because I thought the approach they was going to take is it'll be the Netflix of video games, where you just pay the subscription, you have access to a bunch of video games. And I thought that would pretty much would work that way, because then everybody would have a reason to jump on board. I mean, Microsoft already proved it with their Game Pass, and I still have yet to try the Game Pass on my Xbox Series X and everything, but my brother's Keel Lantern DX Strike is really enjoying the Xbox Live Game Pass. It's so many games they can download. They just downloading games just to download games and stuff, and they're having a good time with it. And they still got their physical copies of certain games, but the Game Pass, especially for games that they probably don't want to go out and just go grab or whatever like that, it's right there. They can give these games a try, and if they want to go out and eventually get the physical copy, they could. And Google Stadia would have had something going if they would have went that route, because I'm not gonna lie, to be honest, if they went that route, I probably would have just grabbed Google Stadia just to grab it. They have that right there, that convenience, and just have all these games and everything. But for some reason, I don't know why they decided not to do that. And some of its features had potential to where if you watch a particular game trailer to a game, you're able to click on it and it'll take you straight to that game. Or if your favorite content creator is live streaming the game, you can pretty much take your game and pretty much play that exact same moment or spot that they're at. So it had so many ideas that had potential that it can possibly work, but they pretty much dropped the ball. It seemed like these companies like Google and of course Amazon with Crucible, which I'll probably talk about that in another video, seem like these companies that you would assume would probably do good because they have the finances to do so, to get the talent and to build the studios, to build the ultimate studio to make some pretty good games. But they have no idea where they're going to go. They have no idea what they want to do, and it shows, But that pretty much wraps up this video as far as Google Stadia is concerned. Like I said, they could possibly turn this around, but them shutting down in-house studios is like a telltale sign that things are not looking good. But then again, at the same time, it could be a smart move, knowing that they don't really have the know-how to all these things. I guess it would make sense to shut it all down and then just focus it on third-party developers and everything. But we just want to wait and see. I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you if you're a Google owner or Google Stadia owner, is any of this information that you've been hearing about Google Stadia, is it over exaggerated? Do you think Google Stadia is actually a pretty good product, and do you think that it has the potential to be something like the future of gaming? I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And also, do you think it was always been the writing on the wall for this platform such as Google Stadia when it comes to online streaming with games and everything? Definitely tell me in the comment sections below. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you Game Fiends later. Signing off. Peace out.